Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're doing another faction preview for Runescape Total War. Of course, a mod for Rome Total War. And this time we're talking about the Guthixians, the worshippers of the god Guthix, which is a common favorite because he's supposed to be a kind of more neutral god, maybe a god that's above all the other gods, a nature god, and you can really see this kind of neutral, natural, almost like pagan in a real like proto-Indo-European religious sense by the kind of units that worship him, right? So we have, as you can see here, we got the dwarves, we have gnomes, we have druids, seers, moss giants. So even the giant unit, it's a giant that lives in a green environment covered in moss. There's a pattern to it. And I always liked Guthix a lot. I feel like might be because green is my favorite color, but overall there's something very appealing about that aesthetic and general theme. So without further ado, let's start off with the Dwarven Miners, light infantry. Extremely bad stats, 2 attack, 4 defense, no special abilities, just definitely not worth recruiting. Let's move on. Next, we have the Gnome Axemen. And same thing, really bad stats, but actually the attack is a little bit higher. So, but I would, at the very least, they have this fast moving trait, so you can use them tactically to maybe flank the enemy or so on. But just the stats are so bad, I wouldn't even give them a chance. So next up, we have the Gnome Swordsman. And the stats are about the same, except that the attack is lower by a little bit and the defense is higher. And also they also have the fast moving trait, but still really bad unit. Maybe only good at the very beginning. Next, we have an actually much more interesting unit, Druids. And I actually expected Druids to be spellcasters, right? They have the robes, they kind of look magical. But no. In this mod, they're a melee unit. They're a light infantry, and they're pretty bad light infantry, but at least they're better than the gnomes and dwarves. 4 attack, 8 defense, and they can sap the enemy, so at least there's that. Next up, we have the Void Knight Swordsmen. They're pretty good. They're actually pretty good. 5 attack, 17 defense, and they're fast moving. Pretty solid melee infantry unit. And we have another Void Knight unit, the Void Knight Warden. These are a spear unit. And they have 6 attack, 17 defense, and thank Guthix they actually have the bonus fighting cavalry trait, because so many spearmen units in this mod, they're called spearmen, but they don't have this, and you need to have this bonus trait, otherwise you're just not useful as a spearman. You need to be able to counter cavalry. So, and yeah, stat wise, 6 attack, 17 defense, very solid spearman unit. Next we have the Dwarven Warriors. They're not bad, yeah. 6 attack, 13 defense, not bad. Not as good as we saw with the Void Swordsmen. They had a significantly higher defense, but you know, not bad. Next up, we have the Black Guards. I think this is supposed to be like the elite military corps of the dwarves. And their stats are slightly higher than the Dwarven Warriors. 2 more attack, 3 more defense. However, you get fewer of them. You get 36 instead of 50. So, well, actually, it's 36 instead of 40. Sorry. So, yeah, overall, still much better. You get 4 fewer, but the stat increase is so significant that it's definitely worth getting. Next, we have the Black Berserkers, and they have even better stats. 9 attack, so a little bit higher. And they also get the fast moving trait, and they can sap. However, you only get 20 of them, so that's significantly less. And next we have another Void unit, Void Knight Champions. They look cool. I like that helmet. 8 attack, 21 defense, and they're fast moving, so definitely an elite infantry unit. Definitely worth using as well. And they look cool. Aesthetics matter. Then we have the Moss Giants that I mentioned earlier. 11 attack, 14 defense. They scare the enemy. That's really useful. Lowers their morale. And they have 2 hit points, so pretty solid. Very durable unit. Then we have some Ents. 9 attack, 14 defense, 2 hit points, and they scare the enemy. So very similar stats and traits to the Moss Giants. The only difference is that the Moss Giants have a slightly higher attack, but still very good. Then we have another Gnome unit, Gnome Archers. Really low attack, really low defense, but I guess the missile attack is not too bad because, you know, they're able to shoot from far away, and they have the long range missiles trait, and they can move quickly like other gnome units, and they can sap, so not bad. Then we have the Void Knight Stalker. This is the ranged archer unit for the Void Knights. And they're pretty good. 4 melee attack, but who cares? They're not a melee unit. 10 missile attack. Very good. 14 defense, long range, they can sap, and they're fast moving. Pretty freaking good. Then we have the Dwarven Crossbowmen. 3 attack, 12 missile attack, that's really good, that's really hard hitting. 13 defense, and they scare enemy units. So let's compare that to the Void Knight Stalker. Void Knight has slightly higher melee and defense, but the Dwarven Crossbowmen have higher missile attack, and the missile attack at the end of the day, that's what actually matters for a ranged unit, because you're going to keep them, you know, at a safe distance anyway. Then we have the Seers. They're a spellcaster unit. 2 attack, 9 defense, that doesn't matter. They do 63 missile attack, so just like other magic units in this mod, they're very OP. Long range missiles, and they can sap. Very good. You want to have as many of these as you can. And then we have this, it says Void Knight Battle Mage, but it's using the Zamorak Mage skin. So I think they never finished working on a skin for the Void Knight Battle Mage, and so this is just kind of a placeholder using that of the Zamorak Mages. And just like the Seers, you know, same thing. Very good missile attack, but, you know, exact same stats. Definitely worth getting, even though they don't look like how they're supposed to. And last but not least, we have the Gnome Riders, Missile Cavalry. 5 melee attack, 9 missile attack, 10 defense, not too bad. And they can, they have the special ability, they can form the Cantabrian Circle. So I assume this is where they just keep running around while shooting arrows. So, not bad. I like this faction, has a lot of variety, it has quite an extensive unit roster, and it's pretty much completely complete, except for the Void Knight Battle Mages using the wrong skin. But you can easily ignore that. So, like always guys, thank you for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, helps the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.